Hi, I'm Rutherford Rankin, and this is the Basement Book Drop. So today's episode is about politics. Now don't click away just because I said the P word. So I don't know if you're like me, but election season always brings up this weird balance of emotions. So I have a lot of anxious feelings, a lot of worry about the future, and then on the other hand, there's a lot of excitement and hope. So today I am going to share with you an essential oil roller blend that I am calling Election Deflection to kind of help you relax, balance your mood, help with some of those feelings on both sides that you're getting. So I recently finished the book Rodham by Curtis Sittenfeld. It's an alternative history autobiography. This book kind of imagines what it would be like if Hillary Rodham Clinton didn't exist. Now that doesn't mean that Hillary doesn't exist. Hillary Rodham Clinton doesn't exist. So the first third of the book pretty much follows Hillary Rodham's autobiography. It follows through part of her childhood. She goes to law school. She meets Bill Clinton. After law school, she follows him to Arkansas. And then the story diverges from reality. Instead of marrying Bill Clinton, when she realizes that he's unfaithful, Hillary moves back to Chicago, where she grew up, and she starts an independent life of her own. She finds a lot of success as a law school professor and eventually moves into politics. With a very different outcome. She's no longer living in the, shadow of Bill Clinton. She's going out and making things on her own. So my undergraduate degree is in Spanish literature. So I always read books with sort of this literature lens, maybe mindset. And so it doesn't matter what kind of a book it is. It could be a true autobiography about a celebrity, and I'm going to read something literary about it. That's kind of how I read this book. The question that I think this book presents is, do the decisions that we make, whether they're large or small, have the potential to affect millions of people? And in the case of this book, that decision by Hillary Rodham to not marry Bill Clinton really did have a huge effect. I feel like one of the other themes of this book was your relationships. People in your life can either enable you or they can hold you back. Now, I'm not questioning the fact that Hillary Clinton became successful even while she was married to Bill Clinton in real life. She's definitely a very successful person. In the book, she's still successful, but without that tie to Bill Clinton, it was a very different path, and people had a very different perception of her than people do in reality. Bill Clinton does play an important role near the end of the book. However, it's not as supportive of Hillary as it is in real life. I will leave it at that without giving any spoilers away. So the other thing that I really enjoyed about this book was that Curtis Sittenfeld really took a lot of contemporary political figures and incorporated them into the book. And it really made you think about, had Hillary Rodham not married Bill Clinton, how would that have changed the course of politics? And what happens in the book is very different from the reality that we're living right now. Donald Trump plays a role in the book, a very different one. So I felt like it was a really good time to read this book with the election season going on, and imagining how different the world would be right now if Hillary Rodham had said no to Bill Clinton when he asked her to marry him. I definitely think this is a book that you should read if you have any kind of interest in politics or alternative histories. I happen to really enjoy alternative histories, and the fact that this was a very contemporary and relevant alternative history made it that much more interesting to me. So today I'm going to share with you an essential oil roller blend that I am calling Election Deflection. I know we all kind of have that tug of the different emotions on both sides going right now, so hopefully this essential oil roller blend will help bring you to the center and help stabilize some of those feelings, help stabilize your mood. So I know it seems a little strange to make an entire roller just for election season, but the thing is, this is a very contentious election. There's a lot of factors at play. It might take a while to count all the votes. We hope we will have results on November 3rd, but we really don't know if that's going to happen. The reason I'm making it as a full roller is that I plan to continue using this until we have the results. And then the fact is, not every candidate that we support is going to win in the election. That can bring up some additional feelings, anxious feelings, worry. So hopefully you can use this roller blend also to help console yourself and help stabilize your mood if the results don't turn out how you want. So let's talk about the oils that are going to be in this election deflection blend. So I'm actually doing 3 oils in this blend. We're going to use an oil blend from doTERRA called Adaptiv, and it is a calming blend. We are also using doTERRA Breathe, which is a respiratory blend. You know, a lot of times when you have anxious feelings, your breathing gets a little more shallow. It's hard to catch your breath. The Breathe blend is really good for opening up those airways and helping you breathe a little deeper. And then the third oil that I'm going to use is lemon. So the reason that I wanted to include lemon, to me, lemon has a very cleansing and purifying scent. And I feel like that will be helpful for getting rid of some of those negative emotions and the negative thoughts, depending on how the election turns out. Then it'll just be more uplifting and make me a little more hopeful. So in addition to those 3 oils, if you're making this along with me, you will also need a few other supplies. So let me talk to you about the other supplies that you will need. So in order to make a roller blend, you're going to want to have a carrier oil. So what that carrier oil does is it dilutes the oils that you're adding to the roller blend. It actually helps them stretch a little further and it helps them blend together a little better. For today, I am actually using fractionated coconut oil. There are other oils that you can use as a carrier oil. So I am using a different brand of fractionated coconut oil than doTERRA. The reason for that is I still have a couple of bottles of a different brand that I bought a long time ago, and so I'm trying to use those up. I do recommend that you use the doTERRA brand just because it's good to use the same brand when you're making blends like that. But for today, I'm going to use this. It is a Granada and it's almost gone, so I think I will probably use it all up making this blend. So since we're making a roller blend, obviously you're going to need a roller bottle to put it in. If you have a leftover roller bottle, you can save those and clean them and you can actually reuse them. But if you're looking for just, brand new roller bottles, Amazon does have a lot of them. Just make sure you're getting them from a quality supplier. doTERRA does have some on their website as well. So I will actually link in the description to some roller bottles that are on Amazon and to the doTERRA roller bottles. One tool that I do recommend that you have when you're making a roller blend to avoid making a mess is just a simple funnel. The only other thing I would recommend is maybe have a couple of paper towels on hand. Those are the recommendations that I have for supplies. If you happen to not have one of those and you're able to improvise somehow, feel free to do so. If you don't have roller bottles, but you have some of the small spray bottles, you could actually make this into a spray instead of a roller. So that is today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed my book review of Rodham by Curtis Sittenfeld. If you would like to read the book, I will leave a link in the description below. I will also leave links for the 3 oils that we used in our blend today, the Adaptiv, Breathe, and Lemon, if you would like to purchase those from doTERRA. Hopefully that election deflection roller blend that we made today will help you during this election season and beyond. If you have any suggestions for a book or an oil or a topic that you'd like me to cover on this channel, be sure to leave it in the comments below. I will do my best to incorporate your feedback into this channel. As always, stay safe, stay sane, and stay you. Thanks for joining me.